dumb or not to play dumb? That is the question. Welcome in, everybody. When someone plays in your face, do you show them that you're onto them or no? And by playing dumb, what I mean is really far from dumb. By playing dumb, what I mean is flipping the script. Like, do you move away? Do you make a silent move and not say anything? Or do you switch it up, switch lanes, pull back your activity or your engagement? And by not playing dumb, I mean, do you let them know that you're on to them and call everything out? Do you create chaos, or do you want the smoke? Do you create the smoke? Do you say everything that you peep, everything that is on your mind, to let it be known that you know and you see everything? That's what I mean. So do you play dumb or do you not play dumb in those instances when someone is playing in your face? Now, I think it's pros and cons to both of these. I think it's pros and cons to playing dumb. Well, let's put it like this. I think there are situations when you must play dumb and act like you don't know what's going on, and then make your move, like flipping the script or switching it up or getting ghosts. And then I do believe there are pros and cons to not playing dumb, to letting someone know that you're on to them, telling them everything that is on your mind, everything that you need to say, and just getting it out. Also, I think sometimes that by not playing dumb and letting someone have it, meaning you let them know everything that you done peeped and you're on to them, I think sometimes that can be therapeutic. So there are pluses and minuses to both of them. But I want to hear from you too in the comments, if you will. I just want to hear what you think are the pluses and minuses of playing dumb and the pluses and minuses of not playing dumb. And which one do you do often? Which one are you more so a fan of? Now, I will say this about not playing dumb. Sometimes when you claim you're going to let somebody have it and you let them know everything, you peep it all, you see it all, sometimes you prep them for the gaslight. So sometimes I wouldn't recommend. And what do I mean by prep them for the gaslight? What I mean is you laying all your cards out there on the table, or you're showing all your cards, right? So then you give them an opportunity to deny everything that you're laying out there or putting out there. You give them an opportunity to give a fake apology. You give them an opportunity to explain themselves. And this is just face to face. Now, if you do it over a message or a text or something, you really give the person an opportunity to think and, read what you're saying and come up with a rebuttal for it. And then, like I said, overall prepping to gaslight you or make it seem like, oh no, I didn't mean it that way, or no, you took it wrong. You're giving them an opportunity to explain themselves. And then that's kind of playing mind tricks, because yeah, I can see if, you put it all out there and you are wrong, but sometimes you're not wrong. Sometimes you peep stuff and you know it. And when you tell people, you give them an opportunity to then play in your face again and lie and try to manipulate you back into believing in them. So you always take that chance when you don't play dumb. And people act well. So sometimes when you give them an opportunity to lie and give a fake apology, they're going to do just that. And a part of playing dumb is also, I think I tie that in with street smarts, right? Because when you have good street smarts, you're not showing your card. You're not letting it all hang out. You keep just a little bit, just a little bit in the clip, or just a little bit in the tank. And sometimes you may even want to throw that little piece out there, in the end, to shock them. Like, dang, I didn't even know she caught on to that. And I like, keeping my street smarts, because those I do have. So those are pluses. There are pluses and minuses to playing dumb and then not playing dumb. But I really don't have the answer for this. I think it's case by case. In some cases, you got to play dumb. Like, sometimes you got to play dumb to keep your job. Like, you're not going to go and say, I know that you show favor to this person. You're not going to go saying that to your boss now. But you just know it. You know it, you hold on to it, and you move accordingly. Okay, they may know that you see it. They may not know that you see it. But you don't want to show your hand always. And in some cases, you got to play dumb to keep the peace as well. And I'm not talking about just on jobs. I'm talking about in life, period. Like, it's some even family members that you cool with, and the person that they are extremely close to, you want to bear it all and let them know that you know what they doing and they not fooling you or whatever, and you want to bomb them out, but you can't because you know that it's going to affect your relationship with the family member that you are cool with. So sometimes we tend to play dumb or, hold what we know because we just want to keep the peace. Also, sometimes you may find yourself in a situation where you want to play dumb or just keep all the information to yourself and not let people know everything you know because, like I said in my other video, sometimes giving an explanation is just beneath you. You know what you know. I don't need to sit there and have a powwow, or as a housewife say, as basketball wives say, a ponderosa. I don't need to have no whole ponderosa with you, and I already know what the deal is. Then I'm just reverting back to giving you a chance to play in my face again, like I said. But then again, there are some instances when you don't play dumb. I think it's cool to just let it be known that you know what time it is when you feel the need to make a big exit. Now, when you're making a big exit and you know you're about to make a big exit, you drop a bombshell and you can go ahead and go down the list of everything you know. Okay? It's proper for when you're making a big exit, or when you just don't give a and you just you know that everything is done. You're done explaining yourself, and you just want to say it just one last time and be done with it. Okay, sometimes you just gotta let them know everything that you know at that moment, and then you dip. So in those instances, I think that it's pretty useful to, tell everything you know and not hold it in. Now, here I go with my elephant brain. I always say I have the brain of an elephant because I'm not lying, y'all. I can remember sitting in my high chair, and this is before I could talk. I can remember how it looked to be laying in my crib. Like, I have a vivid and accurate memory, and I can't help it. And people around me are like, how do you remember all these things? And I'm like, I don't know. I mean, I take lion's mane mushroom now sometimes, but I've had this good memory of mine. Like, I could just, and it's funny because I can remember the jokes that were told in second grade. I can remember how it felt to be sitting there and hear a certain person tell a joke. I remember how funny it was. And oftentimes I'll just text my old classmates or friends out of the blue, or I'll message them on Facebook and be like, remember when you said this? And they're like, oh my God, I can't believe you remember that. And I'm like, yes, I have a very accurate memory, like an elephant. Like, I can remember every little thing that was said. I can remember how we laughed, what we did. I can remember who was around and who reacted to it. I just can remember everything. And I don't want to be punished for that. Like, I have a good memory for a reason. So sometimes it's not that I'm pondering on things. It's just that I can remember them vividly. And when they come back in my mind, I can explain it like it happened yesterday. And I'm very thankful for that memory of mine. But the only reason I brought up my memory is because, I don't count relationships or exes when I was in high school. They don't count. We were kids, but like I said, I have a very vivid memory. So I'm just bringing this up to give you some type of reference. I remember I had a boyfriend, if you would even call it that. Like I said, it doesn't count. We were kids. let's just say I was talking to a guy. I was talking to a guy in high school. And, some guys you talk to, you really like and you're serious about. Some you're not that serious about. Well, this guy, I was getting kind of serious about him. I really, really liked him, which in teenage terms means I thought he was so cute. Like, he was so cute to me. I was like, he cute. So, I thought I was in love with him. But clearly it wasn't love. But anyway, I found out that he was talking to another girl. And then I found out he was talking to some other girls. So, my heart is not cold as ice. But for some reason, once I learned he was talking to other girls, I didn't want to do a big showdown. Because, I don't know, maybe I was wise above my years, beyond my years. But I was like, what am I going to do that for when it's other guys that want to talk to me that are actively pursuing me? Like, why am I going to make him feel like he the man and, go to him crying and, I thought we was just talking, or even go to the other girls and be like, you talking to my man? That never really appealed to me. And so I just was like, okay, well, if he want to play this game, I could play this game too. So I didn't let him know that I was talking to other guys, but I was going out on dates with other guys and everything. And even though I really liked him, I don't know, I just shut my emotions off for him. And I said, I'm going to just play dumb. Now, the only reason I played dumb with him and withheld this information and didn't want the showdown with him was because, I'm going to be honest, again, this is my teenage years, he had money and he would spend it on me. So I was like, I'm not about to mess that up. We can both do this. If you doing your thing, I could do my thing too, okay? And that's what I did. And it didn't come out until the very end when he tried to ask me out somewhere. It was to some particular place. I don't even want to say where it was, y'all. I know where it was, but I don't want to say because it's going to reveal who he is. But yeah, he asked me somewhere and I was like, nah, I'm going with somebody else. And he could have turned beet red because he had no idea that he was not the only dude in my life. And I could still see his face to this day. And I could still see how stupid he felt when I threw it in his face at the last minute. And that was my big exit. After that, the call stopped. And I knew everything was going to stop because I knew that was going to be my big exit. He was like, yeah, we going to go to some. And I was like, no, I'm going with him because, yeah, I've been talking to him. And then he was like, how you going to be talking to somebody? And I was like, yeah, because I know you've been talking to so-and-so. And by this time, I had all the girls' names and everything. I was like, yeah, she go to this school. Yeah, I know her. Because I had also, this how dirty he was. Look, one of the girls I was kind of cool with. And I had brought her name up one time. And I could still remember how his face looked when I had brought her name up. I was like, oh, yeah, because I had ran into her at, I think, a party or something. And I was like, yeah, I haven't seen her since I don't know when. And, when I had told him that story, he was just like, oh yeah, did y'all talk for a long time? Oh, all right. And then, I guess he was trying to say, dang, how long did y'all talk? Because unbeknownst to me, he was talking to her too, okay? So I had the names of the girls that he was talking to, but it just shocked him. I love that shock factor that I sprung on him. And now that I look back to 17-year-old me, I'm like, girl, look, you was not to be played with, okay? Because you served him. All right, so I threw that in his face. And he really looked stupid. So that is like an instance where playing dumb worked to my advantage, okay? Because first I switched up lanes on him, okay? I said, oh, okay, we're not in a boyfriend-girlfriend name. We are both talking to other people. That's what we're doing. And then I flipped the script on him at the last minute because he thought he had me. And I guess he thought he was going to use me as the last resort. But nope, he got served. So in that instance, playing dumb kind of worked to my advantage. But see, I don't condone playing these games out here nowadays. Now that we're grown, I do not condone playing these games, okay? Because people often don't walk away people try to cause harm to you. So would not recommend. I'm just telling you that story for reference. So anyway, that's my elephant brain. It's a gift. I appreciate it. It makes me an immaculate storyteller, okay? And it makes me a great wisdom spreader to you all and many others. All right, so there's pluses and minuses to that. All right, a few tidbits that I want to talk about before I end this. Have you ever had to beg someone to do something for you and then you watch them willingly do it for somebody else? That is a hurting feeling. All right, so in those instances, in those cases, I don't recommend letting it all be known what you know, okay? That's just something you peep and you move accordingly, all right? Because if you bring that up to someone, then they'll start to backpedal. Oh, no, it's not that. It's not what you think. And a good example of this is like when let's say you have a birthday party and it's someone in your life who just always got an excuse of why they can't make it. Oh, I'm going here this day. Oh, I'm gonna do it. I mean, everybody can't make everything, like we all know, but I'm saying they just always got an excuse for you. But then when it's somebody else's, it's like they be gung-ho. Oh yeah, oh no, I can't do X, Y, and Z because it's her birthday party and I gotta be there. And you thinking like, dang, well, what about me? I must not be nothing to you. In those instances, you don't have to sit there and have that conversation and let them know, hey, I noticed that you go to all of her birthday parties, but for every one of my birthday parties, you got an excuse. No, because they're going to backpedal. They're going to gaslight you, and you know exactly what you see. In those cases, you know exactly what you see. You just need to act accordingly with that person and switch lanes, okay? And what I do know is people know what the is going on, okay? They know what's going on. As much as they try to act like they don't, they know exactly what's going on. And if they lack that much self-awareness, then you don't need to be up under them anyway, because that is a ruthless person. Sometimes you got to take that knife out your back and use it to cut ties, because let's be honest, certain things are important to you and people know that they are. So when they do things that are hurtful on purpose, yeah, that's an enemy. Take that knife out your back. Also, in a world where people are screaming, communication is key, sometimes you just gotta learn to shut up, okay? You gotta learn to shut up, because real communication is a two-way street. So if you are screaming communication is key and you realize that you are the one doing all the talking to someone, that's not communication. That is not communication. I mean, you are communicating, but are they? Communication, again, is a two-way street. Also, you can't reach mutual understandings with people who have different standards of ethics than you. All right. So for some people, relationships, I've seen it. For some people, relationships are about money, or they're about what you can do for them. I know of a person who, she don't realize she's telling on herself, but she'll be so excited about making new friends, and she'll say, oh yeah, I like her because see, she got a Escalade and she drive this and she got about 5 cars, and if I could borrow a car, she will let me borrow a car. And now let's be clear, I'm not talking to this person. I'm overhearing this person talk. This is a person that I hear over talking, and I'm just thinking like, girl, what? I ain't heard you say nothing about this girl character or how you missed her or how she was a good person or how y'all used to kick it. All I'm hearing is about what she got that you can use. Ew. Like, I try to stay away from people like that. Like, you count my money? You count my cars? Like, girl, what are you doing? What are you doing? So some people have different morals than you too. Like, they're just all about them and they're all out for using people. So if you have a person that's all about self and they're never thinking about how their actions affect other people, then that's not the person that you need to be having a powwow with about an understanding, okay? Because 9 times out of 10 is how they were raised. And if it's not how they were raised, it's the characteristics that they've developed over the years that made them that type of person. And newsflash, they're not changing for you. People are not, this is one thing I learned. People are not going to change their ways for you or anybody else because of one conversation. So when people are like, oh, we just need to sit down and have a talk. Yeah, sometimes that works. But for some cases, that person is not going to change off of that one conversation. It's just not going to happen because it's in them. It's innate. It's how they roll. And you end up wasting your time. And again, let's circle back. Explaining yourself to someone and wasting your time when you know that they are not receptive or going to be receptive to it is beneath you, because it's draining out that good energy. Why do all that when you can just walk away? You can just peep it and walk away from it. So hopefully you gain some insight. I do not have a final answer. I'm probably going to do a live about this so I can get your reactions in real time. To play dumb or not to play dumb, it is based on the circumstances of the situation. Hopefully you can feel it out and figure out what to do. I hope this video helped. And remember, it's your job to create your peace, P-E-A-C-E, within your little piece, P-I-E-C-E, of the world. Y'all be safe.